If you're over 60, there's a small habit you do every day, maybe right before bed, that is silently turning your peaceful sleep into a gamble with death. There are no warnings, no pain. One moment you're fine, and the next you can't lift your arm, your speech slurs, or your balance completely disappears. As a brain specialist, I've seen too many older adults experience this tragedy. And the most heartbreaking part is that it's not because of smoking, poor diet, or lack of exercise. It's because of something they think is helping them. Vitamins. Yes, vitamins themselves. Every day, millions of older adults take supplements hoping to protect their bones and joints, boost energy, or keep their memory sharp. And while many types are truly beneficial, some, especially when taken in high doses or at the wrong time, can silently put your brain at serious risk. Today, I want to walk you through 5 common vitamins that can increase your risk of stroke, brain bleeding, or sudden spikes in blood pressure, especially during the danger window from midnight to early morning when your brain is most vulnerable. Why at night? Why is the time you're resting the moment danger lurks? I'll explain the frightening biological mechanism behind this in just a few minutes. And I will also reveal a toxic cocktail effect you may be unknowingly creating right in your medicine cabinet. If you've ever taken vitamin D, E, B6A or niacin, this video could save your life. Before we begin, I'd love to know, have you ever wondered whether your vitamins might actually be harming you? Comment 1 if you're curious to learn more, or 0 if this is completely new to you. And if brain health matters to you or someone you love, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for honest, science-based advice tailored for older adults. Now let's start with the most surprising vitamin of all, vitamin D. What you don't know about it could turn a peaceful night into a dangerous one. You've probably heard that it's good for your bones, your mood, even your immune system. And all of that is true when used in moderation. But here's what most older adults are never told. Too much vitamin D, especially when taken at night, can silently increase your risk of stroke. I know that sounds shocking, but I've seen it with my own patients. Take the case of Mr. Harold Thompson, a 72-year-old retired Navy veteran. He was sharp, disciplined, and took his health seriously. Every morning, like clockwork, he lined up his supplements, including a 10,000 IU vitamin D capsule he bought over the counter. He believed he was protecting his bones, but what he didn't realize was that this simple habit was quietly pushing his body towards silent disaster. One morning, his wife found him confused. He couldn't speak clearly. His right arm hung limp, a stroke overnight. His tests showed dangerously high calcium levels, hardened arteries, and disrupted blood pressure. The main culprit was vitamin D toxicity. Here's what happened, and it directly relates to what I call the brain's danger window. When you take high-dose vitamin D, especially without medical supervision, it causes calcium to build up in your blood. Your body doesn't know what to do with all that extra calcium, so it sends it into your arteries, making them stiff and narrow. And where does that lead? A blood clot going straight to your brain. Now, why do I call nighttime and early morning the danger window? Think about what happens to your body while you sleep. First, you naturally become dehydrated, making your blood thicker. Second, a high dose of vitamin D taken in the evening starts metabolizing, releasing calcium into your system all night. Finally, as you prepare to wake up in the early morning, your body releases hormones that naturally cause your blood pressure to spike. Imagine thick, calcium-filled blood trying to flow through stiffened arteries under rising pressure. You've unintentionally created the perfect storm for a stroke right when your body is at its most vulnerable. The scariest part is there are no warning signs. You go to bed feeling completely normal and wake up to a life changed forever. And here's what you might not know. Many over-the-counter vitamin D supplements in the US contain far higher doses than older adults actually need. 5,000, 10,000 units. People take them daily thinking more is better. But studies show that even 2,000 units per day can be too much if you're not deficient. Let me be clear. If you're taking vitamin D, especially alongside calcium or heart medications, regular blood level checks are crucial. And to avoid that danger window, always take it in the morning, never before bed. Do you know how many units are in your supplement? Comment D if you're currently taking vitamin D. Let's open this conversation together. And if this made you rethink your habits, click like to help others find this video too. Now, if that surprised you, just wait. The next vitamin is one many people take for heart health. But in older adults, it can lead to something even more dangerous than a clot brain bleeding. Let's talk about vitamin E. Vitamin E, often called the heart helper. If you've been taking it for years, you're not alone. Many people over 60 add vitamin E to their routine, hoping it will support heart health, improve circulation, and maybe even boost memory and skin health. But here's what the bottle label doesn't tell you. Too much vitamin E, especially when combined with common heart medications, can increase your risk of brain bleeding. Yes, even if you're doing everything else right. Let me share a story I will never forget. Ms. Betty Robinson Brooks, 81 years old, a retired librarian. She was sharp-witty, always with a book in her hand. She had a heart valve issue and was on warfarin, a common blood thinner. Her doctors monitored everything closely. Her blood tests were fine. Her blood pressure was stable. But one day she picked up a bottle of natural vitamin E she saw advertised in a magazine. 800 IU per capsule. I thought it would help my memory and circulation, she told me. 3 weeks later, she was rushed to the ER with a severe headache, confusion, and vomiting. A brain scan revealed a hemorrhagic stroke, bleeding inside the brain. Not from high blood pressure, not from a fall, but because the combination of warfarin and high-dose vitamin E made her blood too thin to clot. One tiny vessel in her brain burst. This is what most people don't realize. At high doses, vitamin E acts like a natural blood thinner. It slows clotting. Now think about what I call the toxic cocktail effect. Many older adults don't just take one vitamin, they take several. Maybe you're taking vitamin D for your bones and vitamin E for your heart. You think you're doing two separate good things, but to your brain, you're mixing a dangerous cocktail. One ingredient, high-dose vitamin D, hardens arteries, while the other high-dose vitamin E thins your blood. You're placing conflicting extreme stress on already fragile brain vessels. It's like hitting the gas and brakes at the same time on an icy road. If you're taking aspirin, Plavix, or any blood thinner, and add vitamin E, your risk of internal bleeding silently rises, especially in the brain, where even a tiny hemorrhage can steal your speech memory or mobility. And listen to this, the recommended daily amount for older adults is only about 15 milligrams, around 22 IU. Yet most supplements on store shelves contain 200, 400, even 1,000 IU per capsule. No warnings, no advice, and many people take them daily for years. Ms. Betty Robinson survived, but now uses a cane. Her short-term memory never fully returned. Through tears, she told me, I just wanted to help myself. I didn't know I was hurting myself, and that breaks my heart because she's not alone. Many older adults think if it's a vitamin, it must be safe. But the truth is, not all vitamins are safe, especially if you're taking heart or blood pressure medications. You must talk to your doctor before adding anything new. Now, if the idea of a brain bleed isn't scary enough, there's another vitamin people take for nerve health and energy that can silently damage your nerves, sometimes permanently. Let's talk about vitamin B6. Vitamin B6, often labeled as nerve support or brain booster. You've probably seen it in bottles at the pharmacy, claiming to increase energy, focus, or even memory. And maybe someone told you it's good for aging nerves. But here's what most older adults are never warned about. Too much vitamin B6 can actually damage your nerves, sometimes permanently. Let me tell you about Mr. Walter Jenkins, 76 years old, a retired truck driver. He came to my office because his legs felt numb, his hands tingled, and his balance was getting worse. At first he thought it was just aging. Then he started falling, once, then again. The third time, he hit his head on the bathroom floor. When I reviewed his supplements, the problem was obvious. He had been taking a nerve support formula for over a year. The label claimed it supported brain health and circulation. Inside each capsule was 100 milligrams of vitamin B6. He was taking 2 a day. That's 200 milligrams daily, 10 times the safe upper limit for older adults. Here's the scary part. Unlike some vitamins that are flushed out in urine, B6 builds up in your system over time. And in older adults, it can damage the protective sheath around your nerves, like stripping insulation off an electrical wire. The result is tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, tremors, even confusion or memory issues. Worse, these symptoms come on slowly. Many think it's arthritis, aging, or early dementia. But in reality, it could be B6 toxicity, a preventable slow nerve poisoning caused by a pill meant to help. And if not caught early, it can become permanent. Mr. Jenkins was lucky. We stopped the supplement and the damage didn't get worse, but he still needs a cane. He no longer drives. He told me, "I just wanted to protect my brain. I didn't realize I was poisoning it." To be clear, vitamin B6 is important, but in very small amounts. Older adults only need about 2 to 10 milligrams a day, including what they get from food. Yet many brain boost supplements online or in stores contain 50, 100, even 200 milligrams. That's not just unnecessary, it's dangerous. If you're taking any supplement labeled Nerve Brain or Energy Check, the label know your numbers and comment B6 if you've ever taken one or know someone who has. Now you might be thinking, at least some vitamins like A must be safe, right? It's just for vision. Well, not quite. Let's talk about vitamin A. If you're like most older adults, you've probably heard that vitamin A is essential for good vision. Maybe you've even taken it for immune support, skin health, or because someone told you it helps you age gracefully. But here's what almost no one tells you, especially if you're over 60. Too much vitamin A doesn't just sit harmlessly in your system, it builds up. And over time, it can increase pressure inside your skull, mimicking a stroke, damaging your vision, and even affecting your brain. Let me tell you about Ms. Dorothy Simmons, 79 years old, a retired piano teacher. She loved music, taught students right in her living room, and was proud of living independently. But one day, she started getting headaches, then blurry vision, then dizziness and slurred speech. Her family feared the worst, a stroke. But when we scanned her, something surprising appeared. No clot, no bleeding. Instead, she had intracranial hypertension, too much pressure inside her skull. Her spinal fluid was backing up. Tiny veins in her brain were under strain. The cause, vitamin A toxicity. She'd been taking a high-dose skin and eye supplement for over 5 years, nearly 10,000 IU per day, every day, without knowing. Here's the key difference. Vitamin A is fat-soluble. That means your body stores it in your liver tissues and even your brain. It's not flushed out like vitamin C or B. And as we age, our livers slow down, so the build-up happens even faster. When there's too much vitamin A in your system, it can cause a condition called pseudotumor cerebri. Symptoms: headaches, blurred or double vision, dizziness, nausea, even permanent vision loss or cognitive decline. The hard part is many multivitamins already contain the full recommended dose of vitamin A. But people like Ms. Margaret Anderson unintentionally double or triple it by adding extra skin eye or anti-aging formulas on top. The safe upper limit for older adults is about 2,500 to 3,000 IU per day, and even then only if needed under medical supervision. Yet many online supplements contain 5,000, 10,000 IU or more. Taking that daily for months or years, it's easy to see how damage builds up. Ms. Margaret Anderson is gradually recovering, but now she needs frequent eye pressure checks and balance therapy. She told me I thought I was doing something good for my body. I never imagined it could harm my brain. And that's why I share her story. Not to scare anyone, but to ensure you have the knowledge to protect yourself and your independence. Now, if you think vitamins for vision carry risks, just wait until you hear what happens when a vitamin for cholesterol and heart health suddenly spikes your blood pressure. Let's talk about niacin. Niacin, also known as vitamin B3, is a vitamin you might have taken or been advised to take for your heart. It's often praised as a natural way to lower cholesterol. Some doctors even prescribe it. You'll also find it in heart health supplements, energy drinks, and fortified cereals. But here's what's often left out of conversations, especially for older adults. High doses of niacin can silently cause serious blood pressure swings and even trigger strokes. Let me introduce you to Mr. Frank Miller. 82 years old, a retired postal worker. He came to me with a series of strange symptoms: sudden facial flushing, feeling his heart pounding in his chest, and dizziness that came and went each morning. His wife thought it was anxiety. His son blamed his blood pressure meds. But the real cause was something no one thought to check. Frank was taking an over-the-counter heart health supplement. The front label said, supports cholesterol and circulation. The back label, 1,000 milligrams of niacin per dose. He was taking it twice daily. That's 2,000 milligrams a day, 60 times higher than what most older adults actually need. Here's what happens with high-dose niacin. It causes your blood vessels to suddenly dilate, which is why your face may flush or feel hot. But soon after, those same vessels constrict. That sudden tightening can raise your blood pressure, strain your heart, and reduce blood flow to your brain. Over time, this yo-yo effect is like hammering a thin piece of glass. Eventually, something cracks. Frank experienced a transient ischemic attack, or TIA, a mini-stroke. His speech slurred for 2 minutes, then returned to normal. He thought it was just a random fluke. I had to tell him the harsh truth. His daily supplement meant to help his heart was silently harming his brain. And he's not alone. Many older adults take high-dose niacin without knowing. They buy flush-free or extended-release forms online thinking they're safer. But even those versions can raise blood pressure, trigger atrial fibrillation, and impact blood sugar levels. Here's what you need to know. For older adults, anything over 50 milligrams of niacin daily should only be used under medical supervision. And if you have high blood pressure, heart rhythm issues, or are on medications, please check your labels. Frank has since stopped niacin. He's recovering with no permanent damage, but he told me something I'll never forget. "Doctor, I thought I was doing everything right. I didn't know I was gambling with my brain." So now we've covered 5 common vitamins, each capable of silently harming your brain. You might be wondering, so what should I take instead? Or better yet, what should I eat? Let's talk about real food, the kind that protects your brain without those risks. By now you might be asking, if these vitamins carry risks, what should I do instead? That's a great question, because the truth is, your body wasn't designed to run on pills. It was built to thrive on real food, whole natural foods that your brain recognizes, absorbs and uses in the right amounts. This is where we build a powerful alternative solution, the golden breakfast for your brain. Why breakfast? Because it's the most important meal to reset your body's balance after the danger window from midnight to morning. A proper breakfast can rehydrate you, stabilize blood pressure, and provide clean fuel for your brain. Forget drawers full of supplements. Imagine a simple breakfast with real power. First, as soon as you wake up, start with a glass of warm water. This immediately rehydrates your body and naturally thins your blood after a long night. Next, build your plate. The heart of the golden breakfast isn't cereal or white toast. The focus is the combination of 3 elements: clean protein, healthy fat, and antioxidants. 1 boiled egg provides clean, easy-to-digest protein. Half an avocado rich in monounsaturated fats nourishes brain cells and keeps your energy stable, avoiding blood sugar spikes that stress your blood vessels. A slice of whole grain toast provides slow-releasing fuel. And a handful of berries like blueberries is full of polyphenols that reduce inflammation and protect your blood vessel walls. Sometimes you can add a few walnuts or almonds. That's it. No powders, no pills, just real, recognizable, nourishing food. Why is this combination effective? Because your brain needs hydration, healthy fats, stable fuel, and micronutrients in their natural form. It doesn't need mega doses, it needs balance. Beyond that, golden breakfast, remember other top foods for older adults, leafy greens like spinach and kale for folate and antioxidants, fatty fish like salmon or sardines for omega-3s to protect brain cells, nuts and seeds for vitamin E, magnesium, and healthy brain fats. Remember, these foods don't just protect your brain, they support your heart, bones, mood, and mobility. You're not just eating, you're healing with every bite. Here is the final wake-up call. Awareness is your best medicine. At this stage of life, every choice matters more. And the truth is, it's not the pills you take, but what you know about them that truly protects you. Your body at 60, 70, or 80 doesn't process supplements the way it did decades ago. Even well-intentioned habits like taking vitamins can silently backfire if you're not careful. That's why awareness is your strongest medicine. You don't need to fear vitamins, but you do need to respect them. Read labels, ask your doctor, and listen to your body, especially when it whispers. If any part of this video spoke to you, let me know in the comments. What's one change you'll make starting tomorrow? If you found this video helpful, click like to help others find it too. And please subscribe so we can keep learning, growing, and staying strong together. You are not alone on this journey, and you are never too old to take back control of your health.